students, in this video we are going to talk about the epilepsy and the seizure. Most of the people get confused between the epilepsy and the seizure. So starting with the definitions, seizure is a proximal event due to abnormal excessive hyperchronous discharge from an aggregate of central nervous system neurons, and the highest incidence occurring in the early childhood and the late adulthood. And the epilepsy describe a condition in which a person has a recurrent seizure due to chronic underlying process. Epilepsy refers to a clinical phenomena rather than a single disease entity, since there are many forms and cause of epilepsy. So basically, why this epilepsy or a seizures occurs? Basically, a small number of neurons discharge get abnormal, or anything that disturbs the normal hemostasis of the neuron and disturbs its stability causes a seizure. And in the elderly patients, the cerebrovascular disease, both the ischemic and the hemorrhagic stroke can also cause of the seizure. Or a neurodegenerative disorder, tumor, head trauma, metabolic disorder, and other CNS infections are the cause of epilepsy. Some are the idiopathic epilepsy in higher in the children. It may be because of the metabolic disorder, inbuilt chromosomal changes. Hyperventilation may precipitate the absence seizures. Sleep deprivation, sensory stimuli, and emotional stress are also a factor. Hormonal changes occurring around the time of menses, puberty, or the pregnancy are increases the frequency of the seizures. There are different types of seizures which are categorized in three main class. In 1981, the International League Against the Epilepsy published a modified version of the International Classification of Epileptic Seizures in three different classes. First is your partial seizure, primary generalized seizure, unclassified seizure. So we are going to deal with in a particular manner. Where you can see the effect of the seizure. A fundamental principle is that the seizure may be either partial or generalized. A partial seizures are those in which the seizures activity is restricted to discrete the areas of the cerebral cortex, while generalized seizures involve diffuse regions of the brain simultaneously. And the partial seizures are usually associated with the structural abnormalities of the brain, in contrast with the generalized seizures, may also from the cellular biochemical or structural abnormalities that have a more widespread distribution. So starting with the partial seizures, it occurs with a discrete region of the brain. It may be simple partial seizure, complex partial, or partial seizure with secondary generalizations. It is being shown in these diagrams. Partial, half portion of the brain, partial seizure with second, partial, complex partial seizures, and this is a complex partial, and the primary generalized one where all the different parts of the brains are affected. So first is your simple partial seizures, which causes a motor, sensory, autonomic, or psychotic symptoms without an obvious alteration in consciousness. The electrogram recorded with the scalp electrodes during the seizures, that is an ictal EEG, may show a abnormal discharge in very limited region over the appropriate area of the cerebral cortex. There are three additional features of partial motor seizures are worth noted by the Jacksonian March. It represents the spread of seizures activity over a progressively large region of the motor cortex, and the patients may experience a localized paresis or epilepsia partialis continua is often a refractory to the medical therapy. This is a clinical manifestation of the simple partial seizure, showing different parts how they are affecting. Next is your complex partial seizure. It is characterized by focal seizures activity accompanied by the transient impairments of the patient's ability to maintain the normal contact with the environment, and the patient is unable to respond appropriately to the visual or verbal commands, frequently begin with a simple partial scissor automatism, which are involuntary automatic behaviors that have a wide range of manifestations, and the basic behaviors such as chewing, smacking, swallowing, or picking, movements of the hands, or more elaborated behaviors such as display of emotions or running. This diagram is showing how the ECG is being taken and what are the different changes are confirmed during the complex partial seizures. Third is the partial seizures with secondary generalization. It spread to involve both cerebral hemispheres and produce a generalized seizure. A partial seizures with secondary generalization is often difficult to distinguish from a primarily generalized tonic-clonic seizure. Often, however, the focal onset is not clinically evident and may be established only through the careful EEG analysis. So it is very difficult to monitor the secondary generalization. Next is your generalized seizure. The generalized seizures arises from the both cerebral and hemisphere and particularly defined as bilateral clinical and electrographic events with any detectable focal onset. Fortunately, the several types of generalized seizures have distinct features that facilitate the clinical diagnosis. The first class is the absence seizures. It is also known as petit mal. It is characterized by sudden brief lapses of the consciousness without the loss of postural control. The seizures typically last for only seconds. Consciousness returns as suddenly as it was lost, and there is no postictal confusions. Begin in the childhood at the age of 4 to 8 years or early adolescence, 15 to 20% of the children with the epilepsy, and it can occur hundreds of times per day, but the child may be unaware of or unable to convey their existence. First clue of absence epilepsy is often unexplained daydreaming and decline in school performance recognized by the teacher. EEG often shows many more brief bursts of abnormal cortical activity than were suspected clinically. Typical absence seizures are more or often associated with generalized tonic-clonic seizures. Second class of generalized seizure is generalized tonic-clonic. The main seizures type in 10% of all the patients with this epilepsy, and it results from metabolic dearrangements and are therefore frequently encountered in many different clinical settings. Generalized tonic-clonic seizures begins abruptly without any warning. Its initial phase of the seizure is usually a tonic contraction of the muscles throughout the body and accounting for a number of classical features of the event. Tonic contraction of the muscles of expiration and the larynx produces a loud moan or ictal cry, and the respirations are impaired and cyanosis develop. The contraction of the jaw muscles may cause wetting of the tongue, and it lead to the increase in the heart rate, blood pressure, and papillary size. After the 10 to 20 seconds, the tonic phase of the scissors typically evolve into the clonic phase and produced by the superimposition of the periods of the muscle relaxations on the tonic muscles contraction, which usually lasts not more than 1 minute. The duration of the impaired consciousness after the ictal phase can be extremely long, that is, many hours, and the EEG during the tonic phase of the seizure shows a progressive increase in the generalized low voltage sparse activity, which followed by generalized high amplitude polyspike discharges. In the clonic phase, the high amplitude activity is typically interrupted by low waves to create a spike wave and the wave pattern. Fourth class of generalized seizure is the tonic seizure. It is characterized by the sudden loss of postural muscle tone lasting to 1 to 2 seconds. Consciousness is briefly impaired, but there is usually no postural confusion. So, it is similar to the pure tonic seizure. Atonic seizures usually seen in association with the known epileptic syndromes. Next class is myoclonic seizures. Myoclonic seizure is a sudden and brief muscle contractions and involve one part of the body or the entire part of the body. The pathologic myoclonus is most commonly seen in association with metabolic disorders, degenerative central nervous system disorders, and anoxic brain injury. The EEG may show bilaterally synchronous spike and wave discharges. Myoclonic seizure usually coexist with other forms of the generalized clonic seizures. Other class is the unclassified seizures. That all not all the seizures types can be classified as a partial or a generalized. This appears to be especially true of the seizures that occurs in the neonates and the infants. Uh, they are of status epilepticus, which exist if more than one seizure occurs without the patient regaining the consciousness, or if the fitting continues for over 30 minutes. 5 minutes of fitting is more reasonable guide to when the drug should be given.